Hello, everybody. It's Vertical Sandwich. This is the dialogue we missed.
I must thank you for
in the conversation in
So
Bavel.
Well,
Well?
we think the hymn of the faith might slow sin down.
Perhaps.
You mean it won't work?
A very long time has passed since your father became Sin. He may not be able to hear the hymn anymore.
I know it's a long shot, but we gotta try it if there's a chance.
Yes, you must. I'm glad you're doing this. You have a good spirit, truly.
I'm not just a dream, right?
A dream?
It's a long story.
If it works, what'll you do then? You need more than the hymn.
Well,
Well?
we think the hymn of the faith.
You'll need more than that.
All right, so after this, you can visit Chambers of the Faith, with the exception of the one in Bavel and Baj Temple. You can go back to Baj Temple, but there's nothing there.
Yes.
And you'll get a
you
scene
defeat
and
him, tell me,
a treasure,
what do you
and
know?
then some of them will have treasure chests in them.
Sin is his armor. It protects
So
him.
we're gonna be doing that.
You
So
Yevon.
first, Besaid.
Sin is cursed. Sin prays. It curses its form. It prays for dissolution. Sin sees dreams of its own destruction. Sin is looking at us. We live in a fading echo of time left us by the destroyer. Free him from you, Yevon. Free him. The faith that has become sin.
All right, so now Bavel will. There's a scene at Bavel, but we can't get back in. You can't get through Makalania to Bavel either. I tried, or Makalania Woods, and like I said, Baj Temple is just empty. It's just an empty chamber of the faith. So, so this is Kilika, and it'll show you. It shows you the Aeon before the faith comes and talks. Now, Ramim Temple, I don't believe has any treasure chests in it, but... So we do get to see the people who became these Aeons. So...
Sin swam in the sea near Xanarkand. Perhaps the waking dream eased its suffering. Your father touched Sin and became real that night, foundering in the seas of Spira. How sad now that he's caught in the tragic spiral. He is Sin. He is lost.
Yeah, these tend to get pretty cryptic. They're nice, actually. They're very fun for just additional scenes of dialogue that you wouldn't normally see. Now, also, there is when we go to Jose, the guys will run at us like they're gonna kick us out again, but sometimes they'll say like, "Traitor, no, just kidding." But this time they said something different. It's random. I think we might show the other one later. Yeah, we're behind you all the way, but they run at you the exact same way, like they're gonna toss you. So, now I talked about the Xanarkin scene where Donna's missing. You only get that scene if you tell her to, if you convince her to continue her pilgrimage on the airship. If, like we did in this file, if you convince her to quit, there's a scene of her at Jose, and that's the one we're gonna show. So here it is.
Why, it's you again.
You still on the road?
Yes, but we're not going to Xanarkand.
Huh?
I have decided to go to Bartello's homeland. We are going to let the other summoners deal with Sin. I'm scared.
Hey, don't worry about it. We'll put Sin in his place in no time.
You mean the final summoning?
No, we found another way where no one has to die.
Well, whatever it is, good luck.
Cross your fingers.
Do your best. Bartello, time to go.
Okay, so Donna's scared, and she runs away with her boyfriend. So, this is Makalania Temple. You can get in now. If you talk to the guys up front, they'll tell you the Guado went home. But you never get to go to the Chamber of the Faith. Yuna goes by herself, and we fight Seymour here. So you'll never see this area except for going back to the Chamber of Faith, which is why I'm showing it now. It's just this little path down to the outside of the temple, below the temple. And like I said, you'll never see it unless you do this. So we're showing it. Chamber of the Faith is way at the bottom. Tiny little room at the very bottom of this suspended temple and lake of ice. So, and I like when you see the woman who became Shiva, she's all bundled up against the cold. I think that's kind of fun. That she's like, it's just, I don't know, it makes me laugh.
Should the draining end, you too will disappear, fade into Spira's sea, Spira's sky. But do not weep, nor rise in anger. Even we were once human. That is why we must dream. Let us summon a sea in a new dream world. A new sea for you to swim.
So, we have, you can go back to, we have two more scenes, and then the scene at Bavel. I tried to do these in order, and Bavel is the only temple that forces you to use the destruction sphere, and this is why you can never go back.
This bridge is closed. Bavel is off limits by the temple's decree. No one may enter.
Huh?
Everyone's in mourning since Maester Micah died. And it's been mourning for days now.
Passe. At least that's what they say. The temple's falling apart with all 4 maesters gone. They're afraid of riots, so they're turning everyone away. With our brother in the middle.
What's up with Isaru?
They came crying to him to stay in Bavel, to protect the temple and all that. And you know our brother. It's not in him to refuse.
Oh, I guess our pilgrimage is done then, huh?
Of course not.
Jeez.
Long story short, you'll only find trouble in Bavel. I'd stay out for your own safety.
So we can't go in. It's not, there's just no entrance. The guy in Makalania Woods will tell you that you can't go in, so. And it doesn't matter because that's where we had the scene with the kid talking to us about how to defeat Yevon. So that, he is the faith in Bavel. So this is Ramim Temple, and the Cavern of the Stolen Faith has a scene as well.
Why couldn't we see to stop the dreaming? Why did we stay on in Spira? We had forgotten for so long. We had forgotten to move forward. We had forgotten to change.
So there are no treasure chests in here, and there aren't going to be any, like, we get a treasure for watching the scene. It's going to be the same thing with the Cavern of the Stolen Faith. There's no, you go in, and it automatically gives you the scene and kicks you back out, because it's not an area the same way. Although I don't know why it's not an area in the same way these other ones are. But it's not. I like that he appears with his dog. Like, that's nice.
You are a fading dream, but one touched by reality. Spirit will not forget its reality, nor the one who saved it. Run, dream, run on. Pass beyond the waking and walk into the daylight.
I like that one because it gives you a hope that you can become more than a dream. Like, it actually, like, I don't know. I like them all. They're fun. But anyway, so now we're going to go, and I'm going to show you my run of the Omega Dungeon, which I didn't post commentary because I had to do it multiple times. And I'll explain to you.
The final
I will explain to you how the Omega Dungeon works, and it's weird. See, this is, you want no encounter armor for this.
Here we go.
Just because it's not gonna go well. It's not gonna be quick, like otherwise.
What is this place?
700 years ago, a monk who defied the teachings was sentenced here.
Oh, the traitor Omega, yeah?
Omega's loathing of Yevon has turned him into a fiend.
They say he liked it underground, out of the light.
So, he's here?
Scared?
Not a chance.
It doesn't, none of that makes any sense. Okay, the Omega Dungeon has 12 treasure chests in it. And the way that this works is you open a treasure chest and it is either randomly a mimic and like makes you fight a battle, and then all the treasure chests in the group, with the exception of this group of 4 in the middle of the dungeon, all the other ones will disappear. Okay. If you save, it resets the list of treasures. They're progressive. So there's like a first treasure, second treasure. So the idea is to try to open all treasure chests without ever having the bad luck of hitting a mimic. The odds are astronomical that that will happen. I got to 10 out of 12, which is fantastic. So this is always the first treasure. If I went back and saved and started again, if I opened that one right, it would be a level 4 key sphere again. Although it doesn't seem to quite be the way it works, but essentially that's it. So we got all 3 the first shot, which is just nice. To do what I did, you really would have to, hit pretty lucky. I mean, I got a 9, and then I got this 10. Now, the 11th treasure is 2 teleport spheres. The 12th treasure is 99 warp spheres. I don't know what warp spheres are. I've never had them. I've never gotten them. But we will, we get all the weapons and armor out of here. And that was what I was really worried about, because the last weapon or piece of armor is like number 10. So if the first treasure chest we opened over here was a fiend, it actually would have made the other 2 disappear. And that's the problem with this, is if you get, again, with the exception of the 4 in the middle, if you open one of the 4 in the middle and it's a fiend, they stick around. And then there's a last treasure chest that we get, and that's just a treasure chest. It's just there. So this is the group of 4, and actually the last Elbad primer is right above these, but like, I don't think I can get it here. Now, the easiest way to do this would be as if you have access to save states. You could just open a treasure chest and do the save state. Now, the Phantom Ring is an amazing item. Cactor Wizard is clearly a thing for Lulu. And that's our first mimic. You do get a chest with him, but it doesn't count as like the chest you opened or anything.
Piece of cake.
Now, I don't know if the mimic chests spawn other enemies. I always got these guys. These Zoruses. I also don't know how well my command of the layout of this place was at this point. I ran through this so many times that I got really good at it. But, my best runs were pretty early. I got tired of doing runs where I got it on like the, you know, I got hit on the first chest or the first in groups, because if you're trying to run this for good numbers, then you know, it's just open the first one in a group and try to get through the group. Your best shots are getting hit only in the last ones of groups, which happened to me twice, which is pretty amazing. No, only happened to me once. I mean, because the number 4 one doesn't count. I was trying to use a method that is widely debated about hitting on the beat of the music. There are some other things about timing and the way timing works. So Warmonger is, I believe, the last one you can get. Right there is the... Or maybe not. Am I crazy? Doesn't seem like we opened that many. 4, group of 3. Another group of 3 and then a group of 2? Is that the way that works? Warmonger is the 10th treasure, so. And like I said, they reset if you save. So you can't use the save sphere as like a save state point. And, I'm trying to think of what else about it. Like, so essentially what you have to do is you have to do like a hard reset multiple run attempt at this dungeon. So, or I guess a soft reset. It depends on what system you're using and how you're resetting and things like that. On the PlayStation 2, you don't really have, I mean, like, hard reset is the thing you can do. So, other than that, the dungeon's pretty standard. Like, when we come back to do the dungeon and capture the monsters in it and stuff, that'll all be very standard. But this is weird. This is very strange. So, I will show you what we ended up getting. Hopefully, that's what I'm doing here. I could just be being crazy. It's hard to tell with me. I actually had too many items when I first got in here, and so here we go. Defending Bracelet, Silence Proof, okay. Turnover. The Phantom Ring is amazing for Yuta. Character Wizard is half MP cost. And Warmonger, double AP and double overdrive for Riku. So, like, they're pretty unique, kind of cool items. Although, I think you can get a defending bracer somewhere else. Some of these you could make, theoretically. And the name would just change. Because when you make an item, when you add abilities to an item and make a known item, it changes the name. So there's a glyph here, and this is how you get to the last treasure chest. The last treasure chest is not part of the sequence. But you have to go activate a different glyph. And then come back to this one. And it raises platforms and lets you onto a platform in the middle of the dungeon. And I'm not sure. That may be how you progress. I didn't fight any monsters in this dungeon. I didn't do any kind of monster boss kind of progression stuff. I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to make multiple runs at treasure chests. So here's the glyph we have to touch to activate the other glyph. So I did check, and we're going to have these items and have them equipped in the next video. So I had to do this now. Now, I believe this treasure chest does not exist in the international version of the game. But I don't know. I haven't played that. I know that I think there's some alternate stuff in the international version of the game. I think there's an alternate. I think they're dark aeons and stuff. It's ridiculous. It's weird. Which we could have done if I had, well, whatever. Because I think they based the HD version on that. And I did not know this. So, anyway. So yeah, it just like raises this platform, and then when you get here, it raises another platform, and there's a treasure chest at the end. So that will actually be the Omega Dungeon in a nutshell, or at least for our purposes, this is what we really needed. So clearly, when we were running around and there's an elevator up, like that's how you advance in the dungeon, I guess. I don't remember. It's been a long time. I haven't done it yet. Like, I'm not that far ahead. So, all we've got to do now is get out of Dodge. So, when we come back, we're actually going to be advancing the plot a little bit because we haven't done that in a while. We've been covering a lot of just open ground. So, I will see you guys for the next kind of section of plot stuff we're doing, and thanks for watching. Bye everybody.